a tense courtroom, the strict judge was preparing to make his ruling when a small voice broke the silence. "I am hungry," the little girl said, causing the room to freeze. Her mother, mortified, hoped the moment would pass unnoticed. But what happened next shocked everyone, forever changing the course of the proceedings. And how would? Before we dive into the story, please let us know where you're tuning in from. If you enjoy tales like this, don't forget to subscribe for more compelling narratives. Now, let's begin. Samantha Davis woke up before dawn, just as she did every day. The small apartment she shared with her 6-year-old daughter Olivia was peaceful, with only the faint hum of city streets outside disturbing the quiet. Brooklyn never slept, but neither did Sam. Not really. This morning felt just like any other, except today, instead of rushing to work at a downtown bakery, she was heading to court for what seemed like a trivial matter, but felt overwhelmingly important: a $200 parking ticket. As Sam gazed at Olivia, still asleep with her beloved stuffed bunny, guilt swept over her. She hadn't meant to park in the wrong spot. She was simply trying to get her daughter's medicine when Olivia had a fever last week. Now they were stuck in a situation Sam couldn't afford. "Come on, Liv," Sam whispered, brushing her daughter's curls. "We have to go to court." The Brooklyn courthouse was imposing. The high ceilings, gray walls, and stern guards made it feel even more intimidating. Sam gripped Olivia's hand tightly, trying to calm her nerves as they entered. Everyone in the courthouse whispered about Judge Thomas Alden, the man they were about to face. Known as AC across New York, he was infamous for being the unforgiving judge who adhered strictly to the law. Sam wasn't sure how she could convince someone like him to dismiss her fine. "Hope he can." As they waited, Sam rehearsed her plea. "Your Honor, I'm a single mother. I was only part of for a few minutes. I couldn't afford to miss work." Her thoughts were interrupted when the bailiff called, "Case number 118, Samantha Davis." Sam swallowed hard and leaned down to whisper to Olivia. The little girl looked up at her mother with trusting eyes. As they approached the judge's bench, Sam's nerves were on edge. Judge Alden, towering behind his massive desk, flipped through the paperwork with precise movements. His voice, cold and sharp, filled the courtroom. "You park illegally in a wheelchair-designated spot," Judge Alden said. "Do you deny this?" Sam's knees buckled, but she steadied herself by clutching Olivia's hand. "No, Your Honor," she began, but before she could finish, a small voice interrupted the tense silence. Gasping for air, "Can we get pancakes, please?" Olivia asked. The room fell into stunned silence. Then shock waves rippled through the courtroom. Every pair of eyes shifted toward them. Sam's face flushed crimson. She felt the weight of 100 gazes on her, but Olivia stood unbothered, gazing at the judge with innocent eyes. Judge Eldon, frozen mid-sentence, slowly turned his gaze from the papers to Olivia. His expression was unreadable, but the courtroom waited with bated breath. "Did you just say pancakes?" Judge Alden asked, his voice surprisingly soft and curious. The room was silent for a heartbeat. Olivia nodded eagerly. Yeah, pancakes with syrup, please. Laughter erupted from the crowd. Even the bailiff's normally stern expression softened. For a moment, the tension in the room shattered like glass. Sam buried her face in her hands, mortified. I'm so sorry, Your Honor, she stammered. She's just hungry. It's been a long morning. Judge Alden raised his hand, silencing the room. He leaned back in his chair, his usual stern demeanor softening as he studied Olivia. A hint of something close to amusement flickered in his eyes, a sight of the judge no one had ever seen before. Miss Davis, he said, his voice still even but warmer than before. Are you telling me you didn't have time for a breakfast this morning? Sam swallowed, feeling the weight of the moment. No, Your Honor, she said softly, glancing down at Olivia. The little girl stood proudly, hands clasped as if she had just made the most reasonable request in the world. Judge Alden regarded Olivia, who met his gaze without flinching, trust clear in her eyes. What is your name, young lady? The judge asked. Olivia, she said confidently, but you can call me Liv. A ripple of laughter passed through the courtroom, but Sam, despite her embarrassment, couldn't help but smile faintly at her daughter's fearless response. Well, Liv, Judge Alden said with a surprisingly gentle tone, I don't believe I've ever had anyone request pancakes in my courtroom before. Liv tilted her head thoughtfully. Maybe you should have some too, she said. They make you happy. The laughter was genuine this time, and even Judge Alden couldn't resist a small smile. Then, in an unexpected move, the judge ordered a recess. Let me take a short break, he announced, standing up and walking out through a side door. The courtroom buzzed with whispers, leading everyone, including Sam, staring after him in shock. Mamie, Olivia whispered, tugging on Sam's sleeve. Is he going to get pancakes for us? Sam couldn't answer. She was still trying to process what was happening. But for the first time since entering the intimidating courthouse, she felt a glimmer of hope. When Judge Alden returned, the atmosphere had shifted. He sat at his desk, adjusting his glasses as he looked at Sam. Miss Davis, he said, his voice carrying a new warmth. I've reviewed your case. You have a clean record. No other citations or infractions. I understand the circumstances that led to this. You fought for me. Sam held her breath. Given your history and your efforts to provide for your daughter, Judge Alden continued, I'm dismissing the $200 ticket, he said. For a moment, no one moved. Then the room erupted into applause. The courtroom was filled with soft claps, murmurs, and even a few cheers. Sam's heart soared as the weight of her stress seemed to vanish. Thank you, Your Honor, she whispered, tears welling in her eyes. Olivia, ever the optimist, smiled up at her mom. See, Mummy, I told you, pancakes make people happy. But Judge Alden wasn't done. He reached for a folder on his desk, opening it carefully. While dismissing this ticket alleviates some immediate stress, I understand it doesn't solve the bigger challenges you face, he said, handing Sam a sheet of paper listing various resources. This includes childcare support, job training, and even an online degree program at no cost to you. Sam stared at the paper, her hands trembling as she read through the list. These were real opportunities, things she never thought possible. Thank you, she whispered, her voice cracking with emotion. If find you, doctor. You don't need to thank me, Judge Alden said, offering her a small, genuine smile. Justice isn't just about punishment. It's also about understanding and helping when we can. Tears streamed down Sam's face. Olivia, oblivious to the deeper meaning, tugged at her sleeve. Mommy, are you happy now? Sam pulled her daughter close, pressing a kiss into her hair. Yes, baby, I'm happy. As they left the courthouse, Sam looked back at Judge Alden. He wasn't just a stern figure anymore. He had seen her, and he had cared. She held Olivia's hand tightly, realizing that even in the most unlikely places, kindness and hope could be found. News of the judge's unexpected kindness spread quickly, and soon local news outlets and social media picked up the heartwarming story. For Sam, it was the start of something new. She enrolled in the online program and found better child care. She felt hope for the first time in years. Months later, as Sam studied at their kitchen table, Olivia happily munched on pancakes. Mommy, do you think the nice judge likes pancakes too? Olivia asked with a giggle. Sam smiled warmly. I think so, sweetie. I really think it does. Sometimes a child's honesty can open hearts, change lives, and remind us all that kindness can be found in the most unexpected places. What do you think of the judge's decision? Was it the right choice to dismiss the pain and help a struggling mother? If you were in the judge's shoes, what would you have done? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We love to hear your perspective. We'll see you in the next video.